Hello, people. So, we've been sitting here in New Orleans for about a couple days. The storm is presently making its way up the western coast of Florida. We're hoping our friends that are there, everyone's staying safe. We more than likely we're just gonna try and run north, get out of the more eminent area that the storm might go. It has basically displaced our tour of the first 3 opening weeks in Florida, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. But right now I think all of us are just worrying about trying to get out of the area and really keeping Champ and Arturo and everyone safe in our prayers and thoughts. You know, dozens of people from our past tour years that have called Florida their home, so we're keeping everyone in our thoughts. See what happens in the next day or two. See what the 48 hours brings of Irma.
So it was my 30th birthday when we were in New Orleans, and Quinn took me out on the town. And I'm not going to lie, I got a little bit inebriated. This is all the video that I could salvage from that evening, but we had a great time. We also got to visit the Museum of Death, which was super interesting, but they wouldn't let me take my camera in. So we just kept walking around, taking in as much live music as we could. Stayed out pretty much all night. So a lot of us had some sore heads in the morning. I was even lucky enough to have my own piece of original poetry written about life on the road.
There was an exacting feeling of my own gas pedal, and the time taken across the country led me to this place, this last year and this time. Years before this, there were miles along the 101, the 5, the old 99, and others. They zoomed my wheels to the pavement, the white lines, the time taken there. Decades ago, the rainstorm in Yellowstone, the jostling of brake lights and the sideways torrents, the churning of burritos from so many truck stops, the time spent there. Each stretch is a miracle, be it Missouri rolling verdancy or Louisiana drizzle, the liquid jazz of humidity and power, the Floridian culture, the time we need. Each mile is a century, and we have to devour them in inches, each breath a harmony of badness in a tangled web of locomotion.
So our tour ended up getting cancelled for a couple of weeks because of the storm. Most of the cast and crew ended up flying home, but myself, Jake, Lisa and Quinn decided we were going to go on our own adventure.
Driving! Woo!
Road trip!
Road trip!
Cabin holiday! It was to be another long journey of about 700 miles to drive from New Orleans to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, to stay at Jake and Lisa's friend's cabin in the Smoky Mountains.
We're almost there!
Yeah, we got an hour to go.
1 hour.
1 hour.
The journey actually ended up taking us 2 days in the end. But once we got into the mountains, we realised it was totally worth it. After such a long journey, we finally reached the cabin, and it was absolutely stunning. The cabin was amazing. Tons of space, full kitchen, jacuzzi, outside decks, pool table, the works. And this was all made possible because of Jake and Lisa's friends. So we're all hugely grateful to them. And this cabin is available for holiday rental. I'll put the information in the description right below. Having a kitchen is a big deal for us on the road because we hardly ever get to cook real food. So it was great to have a cooked breakfast before we went out to take a look at the nearby town of Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg is easily one of the strangest places I've ever been. I guess it's like a holiday town tucked away in the middle of the Smoky Mountains with the swimming pool for hotels right next to the sidewalk and all these different stores selling kinds of touristy gear. The Smoky Mountains was a hub for the moonshine trade during Prohibition, and there's tons of places to buy the stuff, so of course we did. There are also tons of rat rods and hot rods driving around the town, and we weren't sure what was going on at first, but you'll find out why in part 2 of this video. After our visit into Gatlinburg, we took a leisurely drive through the mountains to explore the woods. This is really the essence of why I like travelling so much. It's these unexpected adventures that you never really see coming, but end up being incredible experiences. We poked around some of the trails and streams. It was really nice to get off the road for a little while and get back to nature. I love snakes and reptiles in general, and they were everywhere in this forest. The trails are so beautiful that we started making plans to come back tomorrow and go out for a hike.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
The next day, it was time to drive out a little further this time and hit some of the hiking trails. I've never been on a hike before, and as a first timer this one was pretty challenging with a lot of up and down and rough terrain, and quite foolishly I forgot to bring a water bottle. So there's only one thing for it, I got to drink from the stream. incredible just how much nature was around us. Almost everywhere you looked, there was some kind of animal. I've never seen a rattlesnake in the wild before, and this was awesome. He let me get pretty close before giving me a warning and then leaving. After the hike, on the drive back, we came across all these cabins where the moonshiners used to live. I can't imagine what it must have been like to spend the winter in one of these things. People back then were made of tougher stuff.
Moonshine Creek.
Hiking through the woods was just a fantastic day. Stick around for part 2 of this video where we explore Pigeon Forge and go check out some of the local breweries.